Okay, SOS flare. Oh man, someone joined already? Oh, so yeah, it's hard to believe. It's been almost a freaking year, man. Ooh, Lagana. I totally forgot that Lagana was a thing. Ever since I started streaming this again, there's been like tons of monsters that I just totally forgot about. Okay, I have no idea where this guy is. We're just gonna have to wander around and find him. Oh yeah, I forgot we did flora, so I gotta keep an eye out for plants. Okay, I'm pretty sure Palamaru or whatever is not here. This is where like Kieran is, I think, right? Pretty sure Kieran and like Lagana are in like this area. Pretty sure Palamaru is in like the lower area, I think, right? It is nice that the helper fly thingies started helping me like right away. We'll have to do Pink Raytheon later. Oh geez, I have no idea how to like get over there. Is there really no way to like cut through the middle? I gotta go all the freaking way like around manually. It's gonna take me like 100 years. You can be half dead by the time I get over there. Oh my god, somebody already died. Fuck you. Oh wow, this is not even like a hard guy. This guy might be like super like underprepared, like underleveled or whatever. Like he might not have like good gear. In fairness, if you're gonna cart, it's better to triple cart like right off the bat than to get 20 minutes into the fight and then cart. But yeah, it was dumb. A couple of weeks ago, he actually hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, would you be willing to like have a conversation about like being roommates again?" And you know, there's that part of me that's like, "Oh man," like you got, you know, there's that little part of me that like, that's like, you know, you got some nerve to even like ask. And he came from a position of like knowing that he, you know, he was being like really like humble about it, you know, like he was like, "I know I really don't have any like right to ask, but I figured I'd just ask," you know. So he was kind of coming to me like hat in hand. So because of how he approached it, I was like, yeah, I'd be willing to have a conversation about it. Which, you know, it's like, well, if nothing else, then I'll just tell him no to his face, you know. Like I don't have like, I'm not the kind of guy where I'm just gonna like ignore someone. So yeah, I totally didn't mind having the conversation with him about it, but I basically decided that that I was gonna need like his parents to like co-sign on his like portion of the rent to make sure that I could freaking get it. So as soon as I said it, he was like, "Yeah, that's not gonna happen." I was like, "Okay, well that makes it really easy." But his parents were like relatively like well off, but then like something happened where they're not as well off anymore. So like they wouldn't be able to do that or whatever. I didn't think to say it at the time, but I'm sitting here going like, well, co-signing doesn't mean that they pay it. Co-signing means that if you do not pay it, then they pay it. Which would mean that like, oh, I didn't think you could make that. Which would mean that if they believed that you would pay it, then they would co-sign on it because it would not cost them anything. But if they will not co-sign for it, that means that they do not believe that you will pay for it, or pay your half. And then they would choose to not do it because they know that they're going to have to pay. But the fact that he just said no right off the bat, I was like, all right, well, that makes that decision easy. Or makes that like an easy thing to decide or whatever. But yeah, I didn't think to say that at the time. Why can't I freaking find this guy? Where is he? This is what I'm talking about. See, he's like right in front of me, but he's like above or below me, and I can't figure out like how to get like over to him. This is what I was talking about earlier. It's like, okay, well, what do I need to climb up to get up there? Is there one of those like weird like vine things dangling down that I can climb up? Okay, I guess I just can't, like, get to him from there. I go all the freaking way around town. Oh, god damn it. Oh, and I got freaking poisoned. My gosh. That was actually a very strong hit. Was that a strong hit, or was the poison just doing a lot of damage? I wonder if there's, like, different strengths of poison. I actually don't know. But in fairness, it actually was nice to have it, to, like, close the book on that, because there has been that, you know, like, there has been that, like, little part of me that's like, well, in terms of, like, living with him, like, he's not, like, problematic to, like, live with. If he could just get a handle on, like, being able to, like, pay the rent, everything else about him, in terms of, like, living with him, is, like, just fine. I mean, he does, like, do, like, the bathroom thing, but it's like, well, I'm willing to tolerate that. So there was that part of me that's like, if he could just, like, figure out how to, like, freaking pay rent, then I would be willing to live with them again. So I was like, well, if his parents would be willing to co-sign for his half of the rent, I'd be willing to live with them again, you know, but... So, like, the door was, like, not completely closed on possibly being roommates with them again. So it was kind of, like, a relief to once and for all have the door be, like, completely closed on it so I can sort of, like, move on, you know? It's kind of like when, like, you're not sure if a girl likes you or whatever, and it's like, I wish she would just reject me so I can, like, so that I know to, like, move on, you know? It was like one of those kind of things where it was kind of like up in the air, sort of. So then come to find out that we weren't able to come to, like, an agreement or whatever with it. Well, I basically said, like, this is what I require to be roommates. And he didn't even want to, like, ask his parents or whatever, so I'm like, alright, well, fine. Like, I'm not gonna beg. I mean, I did offer. I was just like, well, if you want, I could go talk to your parents in person. I might be able to convince them. Because, like, I'm very, like, convincing, like, in person. And then that was when he said, he was like, well, they might not be, like, able to, like, physically or whatever. Like, they might not, like, actually, like, have the money to, like, actually, like, do it. So I was like, alright, dog. Yeah, I totally forgot how much like a nutsack this guy looks like. Is this like life dust or whatever? Did someone throw down a life dust, or was that just regular dust? Oh yeah, speaking of nutsack, I do have boxers on because it was like kind of like cool when I first started, but he left at the on July 20th. So for the whole rest of the summer, I was just like a nudist in my own apartment just to cut down on having to run the air conditioner or whatever. The same thing goes for this summer too. It's already gotten like warm enough for like nude man summer is definitely on. So it's like there's literally like no reason like not to be naked if it like saves money on having to like run the AC, you know? And then not only that, there's that part of me that's like, well, like, I might have a roommate at some point in the future, so I'm not always going to have the opportunity to just walk up and down the hall naked and just, like, you know, cook eggs naked and just, you know, chop up a cucumber naked and just, like, you know, just, like, walk around the apartment totally nude. Like, I might not be able to do that, like, forever. So I figured I might as well take advantage of it while I can, you know. You know, there's a part of me that kind of feels bad for that that guy that's watching. I don't know if he's lurking, but I don't have anything like set up in terms of like channel points, because otherwise dude would actually have probably enough channel points to do some kind of redeem. But I mentioned to someone else on a different stream that once I finish this game, I'm gonna start streaming on Umbleray on the green site, one that is Grumble without the G, the word that YouTube doesn't even like it when you speak the name of their competitor. But I started uploading all my stuff to Umbleray, and so I figured that that because I'm gonna have like my videos there, I started uploading my like old videos on it, like my like early videos from like 2016. But I gotta upload them like one at a time, so it's gonna take like over a year to upload them all, because I have over 2,500 videos. Nah, don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just like kind of feel bad, like, because like most streamers like just have it set up. So you sort of feel like you're not really like a true streamer if you don't have like a certain level of like setup or whatever. Like I said earlier, like this is like super duper like bare bones. Also, where the hell did the guy go? I'm like not like paying attention to like where he's going. I'm not good enough at like navigating to do this. I just missed like 5 minutes of the fight probably. God dang, see, this is what I'm talking about. Homeboy is, oh, there's Lagana. Homeboy is way the fuck over there. How am I supposed to get like all the way over there? Oh my god, I missed the whole fight. I don't know, I did some fighting. That's fine. They probably had like a super strong guy. I don't think they killed him fast enough to where it was like a hacker. But I feel like I contributed like sort of kind of enough. But I'm not missing the carve since they captured him. But since I'm gonna have my content, like my videos there, I figure I could do like my streams and also have my videos there on like one site or whatever. So that way I could have my content on YouTube and Grumble and the streams on Grumble. That way I could have my content in only 2 places instead of on Twitch and Grumble and on YouTube, you know, just to like consolidate it onto like 2 platforms instead of 3, you know. It's actually kind of funny. I've yeah, I gotta make sure to not talk during the load screens.
Let's take an expedition out
yeah, I forgot. Well, the load screens are a lot of times where I like chop up the episodes, so I don't want to like say part of a thing and then like say the second half of it, like the second half, like part of a sentence. Like I don't want to say like part of a sentence in like one episode and then have it where I say like the second part of the sentence in the other episode. Because then they won't, like, if you don't watch, like, the other episode, then, like, you won't know, like, what I'm talking about. It's not a super big deal, but... Oh, man, we can get 6 for this one. All right. Let's just eat and do the next guy. Yeah, that guy isn't, that guy isn't, like, too tough. You just gotta watch out when he starts going apeshit. He does have that one, like, hard slam move. I'm pretty sure that like, that's the first... That's, like, the first, move that does, like, an F load of damage. Where he does, like, the super hard, like, slam move. I'm pretty sure that's the, like, the first time a monster, does, like, a super duper, like, hard hitting attack or whatever that does, like, way more damage than you would, like, anticipate. Okay, who's next? Who is next? I'm pretty sure I did Anjanath already, right? We could probably do this guy. Raduban. This guy's like early game, I think, right? Yeah, he's like semi-weak, I think, right? He's weaker than the Palamu guy, I think, right? I'm not 100% sure. But I figured that since I started uploading my videos to Umbleray, that I could go ahead and like learn. I could like like overcome like the learning curve of streaming on that site or whatever. Since I don't know how to do any streaming stuff on Twitch, in terms of like I don't know how to like set it up to where like I look like a real streamer, you know? Because I don't know how to do that, I figured I would like what would be the point of learning how to stream on Twitch and then switching and then having to like relearn everything on Grumble. So I figured that if I'm gonna have to like learn how to do it, I might as well just like learn how to do it on just Grumble, since that's where I'm gonna be streaming anyway. So because I started this game on Twitch, I am gonna go ahead and finish this game on Twitch, but after this, like all my other streams or whatever of like upcoming future streams are gonna be on Umbleray. Yeah, it's freaking dumb. YouTube doesn't even like it when you say the word Umbleray. That's why I'm talking in like Pig Latin. They also there was a point where back when It Shoot Bay started to take off, YouTube started like blocking links when you would link over to it, because that's a competitor. And they said that the reason they said oh, it's so stupid. They would totally try to do this, like it's like a slimy, scummy thing where it's like they have plausible deniability, but it's very obvious that they're like the real reason, but then they have like plausible deniability for this like other reason that they can like tell you that they're doing it for. The reason why is that if you have the word bit and then you have the word shoot, like CHUTE, when you combine it, like the website is It Shoot Bay, like combined into one word. So when you have the link, the first like 5 letters of it spell bitch. So they're like, oh, you can't have a link that has like a swear word in it, so we're gonna like block that. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. We all know it's because you're blocking links to your competitor. Come on, just admit it. But they're like doing the thing where like you almost don't even want to like acknowledge the existence of your competitors, because then people might be like, oh, there's a competitor, maybe I should check them out. Like you don't want to give them like any like you don't even want people to like know they exist, so you just like don't even like mention them, you know, for like as long as possible. That's sort of like the first, that's like the first step of, or first stage of like whenever you have like competitors that like enter the space, like don't even acknowledge them. And then finally, when you're forced to acknowledge them, then go and say like, oh, this is like bad or whatever. They're like free speech, so they're all like, they're in favor of like saying it's okay to like kill people and stuff. So then you have to like demonize them and be like, oh, this person that has these like terrible political opinions is on it, so therefore they like endorse it. They're like platforming someone who's like a terrible person, so why would anyone want to be on that platform? You know, they're trying to like poison the well and say that like the whole platform is bad. Like Umbleray, for example, you know, I've heard people be like, oh, Umbleray stuff, it's all like political stuff on there, so I don't want to put my gaming stuff on it because it's all like political stuff that I like don't agree with. It's like, okay, well, the fact that there's so much political stuff on there is all the more reason why we need more gaming stuff on there to help like dilute all the political stuff, you know? Like Umbleray actually needs more gaming content so that like there'll be like less percentage of political stuff. There is a lot of political stuff. Like when I first checked out the site for myself or whatever, I was like, I knew there'd be a lot, but I didn't think it'd be this much. It was like an F load. But that's just all the more reason why people that are not making political content need to put their content on it, just so that there is more stuff on it that's not political stuff, you know. Yeah, by the way, when I freaking Oh my god, I freaking knew that guy was gonna get me. Freaking asshole. Yeah, they even telegraphed that they're gonna sting you for like 100 years. He still got me. Like the sharpening animation is like 100 years long. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh. So I started with like my oldest videos, and I'm uploading them all like one at a time on UmbleRay, and I'm putting the original upload date on him just for like document what do you call it? Like documenting sake or whatever. Just so that people that watch the video can see when it was originally uploaded. So I'm putting the original upload date like in the description or whatever. And boy, I gotta say, when I first started making YouTube videos, I was like super duper like hardcore like dedicated. Like I was like uploading a video like every freaking day. And then if there was a day where I like skipped a day, I would upload 2 videos like the following day. Or there was like one time where I skipped a day and then like 3 days later, I uploaded like 2 videos. So even though there was like multiple days in between, I still had it in my head that I like skipped a day. So I was like, at some point in the future, I have to like post like 2 videos to like make up for that one day that I missed or whatever. So I was like, dang, dude, I don't remember. I like, you know, it was back in, I started in 2016. So I was like, so, it was so long ago that I can't blame myself for not remembering, but I had totally forgotten like how like dedicated I was when I first started. Well, part of the reason was because I had procrastinated becoming a Let's Player for like a year. From the time I like wanted to do it to when I actually did it was like a year. And part of the reason why is because I'm so computer illiterate. I was sort of like intimidated about like all like the technical like aspect of it, of like having to like get everything like set up and having to like edit the videos and stuff. So I just had a hard time, like, it took me a long time to, like, work up the nerve to, like, learn how to, like, do something that I, like, wasn't, like, good at. To, like, learn, like, from scratch or whatever. So by the time I started doing it, I was actually, like, really excited to start. And I was just, it's kind of funny when I think back on it. I was actually, like, excited that I was, like, doing it. For the first period of time, I had that, I was in that mindset of like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing it. I was like so excited that I've been putting it off for so long. And then that, oh man, is this a T-Rex? Jesus, man, let's get him out of here. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know if he was gonna follow us to where the Rabadan was. But hopefully he'll dip. I hit him with, what, 2? I thought I hit him with 3, but I'm only missing 2, so... Oh my gosh, it's freaking heal, man. I'm sitting here running around with half health. Okay, never mind. Phew. But I was just so excited to be, like, starting. That I was, like, legitimately, like, excited. So I was so gung-ho about it. And I'm pretty sure there was a point where I was uploading 2 videos a day. Of, like, 2 different games. But then, somewhere down the line, it did wear off. Where I was sort of, like, not really able to, like, maintain that. So then I switched to 1 video a day. And then I went through a long period of time where I was, like, struggling to, like, upload. And I think part of the reason why is because I had started working at the boat motor factory. And, like, the repetitious nature of the job was making me, like, get, like, worn out. So I was just, like, mentally and physically, like, worn out, because I kept getting put on, like, hard jobs that are, like, physically, like, taxing, and then I'd be, like, mentally tired, too.
We have to find Volcana.
So I kind of got to the point where,
out into the Hoarfrost Reach. The chief said he was worried about something. I wonder why.
What was I gonna say? See, I paused for a minute during the load screen. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so I sort of like, I started to get like tired where I was like, I didn't feel like recording. Like I was having a hard time like bringing myself to record. And then there was a period where I I realized how bad my saliva clicks were. And then there was a period where I would go through every video and I would manually edit out every single saliva click. So it would take like hours and hours to edit like a half-hour video. So finally it got to the point where like it was taking so long to edit a video. I'm just like, I'm only able to, like I would edit like, you know, 8 minutes in a day. And then the next day I do like 6 minutes. And the next day I do like, you know, like 10 minutes or whatever. It would take like multiple days to get like one video out. Just because the saliva clicks like bothered me like so much that they were so frequent. But I eventually settled on having this like distance from the microphone. Yeah, I have to be like kind of far away from the microphone. It does still pick up some saliva clicks, but like most of them it doesn't pick up. It has to be like a big one for it to register, but all like the little ones it doesn't pick up. When I'm a certain distance from the mic, I have a tape measure that I manually measure the distance between the microphone to my mouth, and I make sure that it's at a certain distance. So technically my audio could be better if I was closer to the mic, but I have hella bad saliva clicks. So then it would just be like saliva clicks like out the ass. So I kind of found this like sort of like happy medium where it's like it gets rid of most of the saliva clicks and the audio is like decently okay. But it's like if I went further, then my voice would be like more echoey, but then it wouldn't pick up the saliva clicks. But then if I was closer, my audio would sound crisper, but then it'd pick up more saliva clicks. So I kind of like settled on this like middle ground, which made like editing the videos like easier. It made it so I could like let go of feeling the need to like obsessively edit out like all the saliva clicks, you know? Because there's that part of me that's like, well, if I leave the video in, if I don't take out all the saliva clicks, then the saliva clicks will always be there, will like always be in the video, like permanently or whatever. Like you can't take it out once you upload the video, so then it's like permanent. So it's like this is like my one chance to remove them before I have it be like a part, like cemented as a part of my my content or whatever. Okay, let's do one more. Should I do a pink Raytheon? I don't know. I did all the I did do a Pukey Pukey, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. He's done. I'm pretty sure I did Anjanath, right? I did, okay. And I did do Raytheon, right? Did do Raytheon. Oh, look, it says I already did a Nightshade Palamau. I do not remember doing it. That's Master Rank too, see, I don't know. Apparently I did them. Yeah, I have no memory of that one. I guess it must be because the Nightshade Palamu guy must be that's only in Master Rank, right? We'll do Pink Raytheon. We'll do one more, then we'll call it. I've lost track of episode length, but whatever. So we might have one where the episode's like a bit too long or too short or whatever, but whatever, it's fine.